Alright, so really quickly, I wanted to make a video today about something that I saw online that didn't really go viral necessarily, but it's something I saw a lot of people talking about, and that is the uh, representation, I think, of the modern day Republican Party in the likeness of Georgia State Representative Jason Spencer, who thankfully I just found out before I made this video, started making this video, recently lost in the Georgia election. So he's about to be the former Georgia state representative, but he was exposed on Sacha Baron Cohen's new show called Who Is America, which I haven't seen, and I'm not even, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not even the biggest fan of Sacha Baron Cohen like that, but the show seems to do a good job at exposing what the Republican Party has become, which is a party of racists. It's become a party of extremists. It's become a party that has completely sold its soul. The old Republican Party is dead. Understand that the old Republican Party is completely dead. It's been replaced by this Russia colluding, racism enabling party that has no shame. Like this, the modern day Republican Party has completely lost all shame, and you can kind of see that in this show. And I've seen certain clips online. There was a part where Jason Spencer pulls down his pants. You can see his bare ass, screaming the N word because he's supposed to be scaring terrorists. Because the whole thing was that Sacha Baron Cohen got him to believe that he was some sort of a Israeli counterterrorism expert or something like that, and they were supposed to be making an anti-terrorism training video meant for elected officials to learn how to protect themselves from terrorists. So I don't know how you're supposed to be protecting yourself from terrorists by pulling your pants down, bending over, and screaming the N word. Yeah, that's just something he did. That's not something Cohen, from my understanding, told him to do. That's something he did because he thought, that's how you protect yourself from terrorists. Then there's another part where he is supposed to be talking to people from the Middle East, I'm thinking, and he calls them racial epithets, saying that the way you deal with a terrorist is by cutting their private parts off and threatening to shove their private parts in their mouths. Like it was real. It was real extra. It was extremely extra. And I think on the first episode got a lot of attention. I want to say this was the second episode. The first episode got a lot of attention because he got a lot of Republican politicians to come on camera advocating that fourth graders or 4-year-olds, one of the two, learn how to use guns. Children who barely know what's going on. Have he got these Republican politicians to come out and say that they should have guns, and it just kind of just goes to show you how crazy this country's become when it comes to guns just in general. That's you get no better representation of that than from the Republican Party, right, on that particular issue, but not on that issue, but on a lot of issues. But the main reason why I wanted to do this video is not just to talk about how obviously racist and insane this Georgia representative is, this state representative is, but you guys may or may not remember, he was also the man who, a year ago, back in August of 2017, okay, threatened one of his former colleagues in this Georgia state legislature, who actually left the state legislature to pursue, to pick up where she left off in terms of her law career. And I'm honestly getting the impression that she got forced out. I'm honestly getting the impression that she just got tired of the racism and she just left. Because if you guys remember, he threatened her. I don't want to say I covered this story. I don't know if it was on. It was either this story or it was a very similar story, because there have been several stories like this from from state representatives threatening black lawmakers, either on their face in their face or online. But this particular guy, Spencer, he threatened a former colleague of his online, and said, because it was he got really pissed off about the discussion around taking down Confederate statues. So again, obviously this is a racist character, because anybody who threatens a black woman and says that she would go missing in the Okefenokee, I think if I'm pronouncing that properly, which is a swamp. He was referring to a swamp and a national wildlife refuge near his hometown. And then he said, "Too many necks, they are red around here. Don't say I didn't warn you." And then earlier he said, "I can't guarantee you won't be met with torches, but something a lot more definitive." So he was blatantly threatening her on social media, which is probably had a lot to do with why he lost. Okay. And in this article that I'm reading from the Washington Post, I'll post it in the YouTube link or the YouTube section of this video where I can post up links. She says that her name was LaDawn Jones. Okay, she was a black Democrat from Atlanta, and for 4 years her seatmate in the Georgia House of Representatives was Jason Spencer. Who was a white Republican, obviously from the southern tip of the state. And she was quoted in the article saying that we've had to walk away from each other because the debates became so intense. Obviously, you can clearly see how uh, extremely racist this person is. Imagine having to sit next to this person for 4 years. Okay, and someone who just got exposed by Sacha Baron Cohen. Obviously, there's no telling what he was saying behind closed doors to people like LaDawn Jones. And then someone who feels like he has the privilege to just go on social media and threaten, give these loose death threats to people, to protect Confederate monuments. Clearly he is someone who made LaDawn Jones, I'm sure, feel extremely uncomfortable, which is probably why she's not even in the Georgia House of Representatives anymore. But I could be wrong about that, but that's just my reading of the story. So yeah, so this is a this I want to say it's shocking to the extent that you've never seen a politician conduct themselves this way on camera. That's the only shocking thing about it. The racism, though, is not shocking. This is what the modern Republican Party has become. This is what the modern Republican Party is in many ways. It is representative of some of the worst elements in the country, some of the most dangerous elements in the country. So I just wanted to talk about that very briefly. Not too much more to say about it. And so definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow my blog at www.blackintellectual.com, and be on the lookout for my next video.